Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and to this week's Plan With Me. We are doing yet another memory plan with me this week, back planning the week of January 27th through to February 2nd. Going to be trying something a little bit different today in that I am going to be I'm going to be doing a voiceover video. So rather than doing the usual where I lay everything down and I basically play some music throughout and then come back and catch up with you guys at the end, I'm actually going to film a voiceover, and I'm actually going to be doing a voiceover Q&A. Now, for anyone who follows me on Instagram, I did post a little while ago asking for some questions. So I've done that a couple of times and I've basically stockpiled all of your questions onto a notebook, and I'm going to go through some of those with you today. Obviously, I'm going to try and get through as many as I possibly can. I did just want to let you know before we jump into that the kit that I'm using this week is from Mockery. It is her Flamingo kit. It is still available in store. As per usual, I will link all of the stores that I've used below in case you are interested in checking them out. I did have to bring in some functional boxes from Stella Bow Sticker Co. this week just to help expand the kit and stretch it out a little bit further, particularly because I didn't think that there were enough functional boxes, but that's just my opinion because of course I am a no white space planner generally. I did also then bring in some hollow foil elements, so I've got some date dots from Harriet Wright Designs, and I've also brought in some overlays from Blackbird Print Co. Here I am just throwing you through. Oh my goodness, it's going to be a great voiceover, guys. Here I am just showing you through the kit. So it's a 5-page kit. It's very summery, still very sort of pastel though, so not sort of too in your face. And I just thought it was a really, really fun kit to use, and I wanted to try and use as many of my summer kits as I could before moving into autumn and the colder months. Now that we've gone through that, I am going to jump straight into your questions. So, the first question that I have here is from Vicky Plans, and it is asking what my New Year's resolutions are. So, I'm going to start off by saying that I don't really have resolutions, I more have goals for this year. And although I haven't really vocalized them, there's a couple that I really want to focus on for this year. So one of the biggest things that I want to focus on is my health and well-being and losing weight. So one of my goals this year is to weigh less in leaving 2020 and into 2021 than I did moving from 2019 into 2020. I didn't want to put a number on it because I feel like when you put a number on something, it's too much pressure, and I didn't want to have that pressure, so my goal is to weigh less at the end of this year than I did at the beginning of the year. And of course that means, dropping out soft drinks and snacks and eating healthier. And that's part of why I bought my wellness planner. The second goal that I have for this year is to be a better wife, in that I want to cook more, I want to clean and tidy more, and I just want to be more organized overall. So with our schedules at the moment, the type of work that I do is very, very mentally draining. It can be emotionally draining as well. And then with my husband, he doesn't get home until 8:15 at night. So quite often we're eating really late, and we're having those simple foods. So we're having pastas and we're having stir fries with rice, and we're having those sorts of meals that aren't the greatest, particularly at that time of night. So I want to make more of a conscious effort to cook some actual meals, some things that are healthier, more nutritious. And again, that goes back to why I bought my wellness planner, why I bought my recipe planner, and I will link those below for anyone who is interested in seeing my planner lineup that may not have seen it already. I also want to be better with my social media. So I had a lot of issues last year keeping up with my Instagram, in that my feed wasn't consistent. I wasn't really posting any content. I barely touched my stories. So I wasn't really sharing my spreads with you guys or anything on my on my Instagram. And then I think in turn my YouTube was sort of, it grew a lot last year, but I want it to sort of grow even more this year. So I'm really going to make a conscious effort of posting more frequently, actually sharing some of my spreads with you, some of my favorite boxes and things like that from my spreads. And I want to be more proactive with my Instagram stories and new releases and things like that as well. Moving on to the next question, I was asked what I was hoping to get for Christmas. Now, obviously, we know Christmas has been gone. I generally, I guess being the age that I am, living out of home and earning my own money, I'm sort of, there's not really anything that I want or need for. So generally speaking, if ever I want something for Christmas, it is perfume. And that's mainly because I use it on a daily basis. But this year, I don't think I got perfume this year. I got a whole bunch of I got like my Apple Watch and things like that. But generally speaking, when I'm asking for something for Christmas, it's boring and it's perfume. The next question is, any vacations planned for 2020? The answer is no, not at the moment. We do know that we want to go away and do something this year. We will probably do it the same as what we did last year, where we will go away for the week of our anniversary or our wedding anniversary, and have like a mini holiday there, because it's kind of like middle of the year. Not too hot, not too cold, and depending on where you go, I guess the weather can be tropical all the time anyway. But I have a bunch of places that I want to see, and I guess, we've been super blessed the last 2 years in that, 2018 we travelled America for 6 weeks, and then last year we went to Fiji. So I know that obviously we can't do that sort of extensive travel every year, but I do want to endeavour to make sure that we go and do something every year. So even if it's just, a week away in an Airbnb house somewhere near the beach or something like that. But we do want to go on a vacation this year, we just don't know where yet. The next question is from Vicky Plans, and I only know that because of what the question is. So the question is, will I be back planning my trip to Disney? Yes, I will be. I actually have a stack of kits that I purchased specifically for that. So like my wedding week, my honeymoon. But I've just not had the time to sit down and write out my plan. So at the moment, if you flick back to my 2018 planner, everything is marked out using post-it notes. I don't even have like the restaurants or anything like that we ate at. So I want to sit down and actually do that. But I just want to catch up my current plan with these first, and then slowly make my way back through that. So I may do that as like a mini series on my channel. Someone has then asked basically the way that it was written, it says, journaling is my everything, how about you? I haven't been able to get into journaling. I have tried. With everything that went on last year, I actually went and bought myself a journal, and I sat down and wrote in it one night. I wrote out 2 pages. I did feel better for writing all of my thoughts out on paper, but I couldn't stick with it. And again, I think that's just a time thing. I know that with journaling, you're supposed to make a conscious time to 7 o'clock every night, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do my journaling. But I just haven't had the time. So I haven't really given it a fair chance. But as of right now, I don't really do any journaling. Next question. What do I look for in a kit? The first thing that I look at in a kit is the artwork. So I'm all about pink, pretty, pastel, bright, fun, cute art. So if I see a kit and it has fun artwork, that's the first thing I look at. Then the next thing that I look at is the washi. So if the bottom washi is a bit off, or it doesn't match the kit, or I'm not keen on the washi, that can make or break a kit for me. And then thirdly, I would look at functionality. So it would be artwork, bottom washi, and then functionality. Does it have enough boxes? Am I going to need to bring in other boxes to make the kit work? If I could only buy from one store, what would it be and why? In terms of usage and things that I know that I would use, it would probably be Sticker Thief, mainly because she has such an amazing range of character stickers. And I find myself using character stickers all the time. Particularly though, I love her YouTube buns because they're bunnies and they're adorable. and they're holding a little YouTube symbol. So you can use them to mark uploads, YouTube binges, you can, you know, editing, whatever it may be. It's multifunctional and it does come in a whole bunch of colorways. So yeah, in terms of things that I use consistently, I would go Sticker Thief because of the YouTube buns and of course her Instagram icons. But again, I guess answering that question comes down to what you use most or what it is that you're wanting. Like if it's a kit, you're going to have a different store, you know. But I would probably say Sticker Thief. If I could only have one planner for the rest of the, one color in my planner for the rest of the year, what is it? Definitely pink. Pink is my favorite color. I'm a very girly girl in that regard, and you will probably notice, I mean, I think 2 out of 4 spreads that I've done so far, well no, I've just filmed another one, so 3 out of 5 kits that I've used so far this year have been pink, so yeah. The next question is, what is my favorite feel-good movie? Look, there are too many to choose from, so I'm going to make it easy on myself, and rather than picking my favorite, I'm just going to pick the one that I watched most recently, which is Wonder with Julia Roberts and Owen Wilson. It's a tragically beautiful movie. Like, it starts off so tragic and so sad, and then turns into one of the most positive, happy endings I've ever seen, and I really, really enjoyed that movie. Next question, is there a food that you love but your hubby hates, and vice versa? Yes and no. So in terms of foods that I like but hubby hates, I would say vegetables. He is the type of person that if his mum is going to make him a spaghetti bolognese, to make sure he gets his like vegetable intake, she will actually blend up veggies into the sauce so that he doesn't actually know that they're there. Shh, that's our little secret. But other than that, the only other thing that he probably really wouldn't touch that I love would be a creamy sauce pasta. So I adore pasta, and when I eat pasta, I generally get like a white sauce, like a Boscale or something like that. And my hubby cannot stand white sauce. So he's more than happy to eat like a bolognese. He'll have a lasagna. He'll have a marinara-based sauce, but he's not really going to go somewhere and pick a Boscaiola or an Alfredo or something like that. Next question, have I ever planned drunk? No. Why? Should I have? Do you want me to? Is that a question? No, wait, is that not a question? Is that a challenge? Next question, what is the best week in my planner and why? If we're talking my 2020 planner, it will be the video that I have just filmed today, being the what are we today? The 23rd. You guys haven't seen it yet. It's the next video that I'm going to upload after this one. I was in a bit of a planner funk up until this point, and when I used that kit today to plan, I feel like I'm a little bit back in my groove, like I've got my planner mojo back. So it would probably be that one. 2019, I couldn't tell you. I have way too many amazing spreads, which I will show you when I eventually get around to doing a planner flip through video. What is my favorite animal? Tigers. In saying that, I do alternate. So for example, I go back and forth between like a tiger, a sloth, an alpaca / llama. I go back and forth between those, but if I had to pick one, it would be a tiger. I don't know what it is about them. They're just really, really majestic. I remember the weekend that we went away in 2016 when we got engaged, so it was like my birthday getaway. We stayed at Jamala Wildlife Lodge, and they just set up a tiger exhibit, and basically Jamala, you can book accommodation, and your accommodation backs onto or leads into an exhibit. So for the tiger exhibit, you have your bedroom, and then you've got the protective glass dividing you and the tigers, but you can actually see straight into their exhibit. And I remember at the time that we were there, we were walking through the zoo that day, and they had the tiger out in a crate because they were cleaning out the exhibit, and he was like eating a steak or something like that, and he was the most majestic, creature I have ever seen. I don't know, I think just their coat, like the stripes, their beautiful eyes, they're just, I don't know, tigers. All day, every day tigers. Moving on, what is my favourite Disney movie? Lilo and Stitch. For anyone who knows anything about me, you will know that I am all about Stitch. He's my favourite Disney character. In fact, when we went on our honeymoon and we went to both Disneyland and Disney World, he was the only character that I lined up for a photo for. So no princesses, nothing like that. I did get a photo with Mickey. I did get photos with like Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore and Tigger and all of those characters. Excuse me. But I actually lined up to meet Stitch for I think like half an hour. So Lilo and Stitch is my answer to that question. If you haven't seen it before, definitely check it out. What is my favourite soft drink? So Coke. I will have Pepsi and I will have Solo and other things as well. But if I could only choose one, it would be Coca-Cola, preferably from a can. And if not from a can, I would like it in a glass, poured over some ice. Next question, my favourite sticker store. I have too many, I cannot name names. Well, I can name names. To rattle off a few: Wednesday Planning, Sticker Thief, Scribble Prints Co., the Washi Gang, Kinsey's Creations, Fox and Cactus, Planner Face. I could go on and on. And then on to the next question. So how did I meet my husband? So I met my husband at a mutual friend's birthday party. He was 18 at the time. I was, I think, 20. It was an 18th, and my husband and a friend of his were brewing up their own drinks, so to speak. So they were mixing anything and everything, spirits and otherwise, into a cup and distributing those to people. So my first encounter with my husband was him handing me this drink, me sipping it and going, oh my god, that's lethal. Him telling me they'd called it the Fluff, which was his nickname in high school, for reasons you don't want to know. And I think anyone that had one of those drinks that night, with the exception of myself and my husband, threw up. But yeah, so I basically knew him by association. He came to my 21st birthday. He came to my 22nd birthday. We were just friends. Didn't really talk all that much. But then when I went over to Germany, so I lived in Germany from 2010 to 2011. And with the time zones and whatnot, at the end of the night when I'd finished looking after the kids, I would get online to catch up with friends and family. But generally speaking, at like 8, 9 o'clock German time, it was like midnight, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning here. So whenever I signed on, he was the only one that was ever online at the same time as me. So we got talking a fair bit just about life and about stupid stuff. And then when I came back, I obviously grew to like him a lot. And then when I came home from Germany, I basically pursued him to a point, like originally he totally flat out rejected me. But I kept pursuing, and eventually he agreed to go out with me. So we went on a couple of movie dates. I think we did that for like a month consecutively. Amidst that, he had his 21st birthday. And I guess one thing led to another, and we ended up a couple. So that was 2011. I think we started dating in the October. Fast forward through multiple locations of moving, like we lived in 2 different units, then into our house, 2 dogs, essentially 2 mortgages later. Here we are. So we've now been married a year and a half. And we're very, very happy. Well, I think at least majority of the time. I know that sometimes we probably want to kill each other, but I guess that's marriage and life for you. Yeah, that's the longest story ever of how I met my husband. And last but not least, while I'm finishing up my plans, which are very quickly coming to an end, I have a question here asking what my favourite planner accessory is. So my favorite planner accessory is probably my tweezers. I don't know if you'd count them as an accessory, but they make it so easy to like place your glitter headers, to unroll your washi tapes, to remove stickers from sticker sheets, to remove them from your planner. They make my life so much easier. I don't know how I planned pre-tweezers. They are the greatest invention ever. And if you don't have any and you're a planner or you're starting out planning, definitely invest in tweezers. They don't even have to be expensive. You can go to your local chemist, or you can go to your Woolworths, or go on eBay or Amazon or whatever it might be and pick yourself up a cheap pair of tweezers. I guarantee you will not regret it. Once you start using them, you honestly won't know how you lived without them. Alright guys, I'm going to leave the questions there. I will at some stage put up another post on my Instagram, on my story, asking for some more questions. But I'm just going to finish out the plans here. I'm going to do a bit of a wiggle and a bit of a twerk for you all. And then I'll see you all in my next video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave any feedback below. I will definitely respond to all of you. For now though, goodbye. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now, guys.